We are live. Let's get ready to podcast.
Fire it up.
Welcome back to another live and amplified Indiefusion podcast. We are back at In a Jam, one day only. I could only survive one day this year, so I was just like, you know what? We're going to do that. We got Sean Russell. How's it going today, man?
Good. It's going great. About to go float down that river.
Nice. Have you played yesterday, right?
Yep, we played last night.
How'd your set go?
It was good. We were trying out a lot of new songs for the first time, so there was definitely nerves and then looking at each other awkwardly, and trying to blame each other for who messed up.
Fair.
But that's kind of the best part, too.
Right. I mean, especially at a festival, because it's just kind of like, everybody's there for the vibes. And if you mess up, nobody's going to really notice.
Yeah.
So
I like pushing like the newest songs, especially in any kind of songwriting environment, or whether it's just a solo show or as a band. It's like these type of things where people can appreciate that these are in the work.
Yeah.
And these are all songs where we've just finished recording some of them, so we really haven't played them out live, but we're trying to get an album kicked out for January. So
fair.
That's our
fair. How long's that been in the process?
We started recording it. So many different ideas about what we want to do, but it's been about a year.
Okay.
It was part of. There's a veteran organization. I'm an Army vet, and there's an organization called Operation Encore.
Mm-hmm.
And they've supported this whole record, and so we've been recording it down in Fredericksburg. In fact, you met last year Taylor Tatch. He was here with me, and so we've been at his studio, Audio Styles, recording over the last year.
Oh, nice!
Incorporating some other people, the other veterans, into this project that are around the country, which is kind of cool. So
I think I'm vaguely familiar with the organization. We've had a lot of veterans on. Scotty Hastings.
Oh yeah. He's part of the
And so, and then was it PJ Bidwell? Was he?
That's not somebody I've met. I've met Scotty, but I haven't even met all of them. They have a group. They've been building this thing up for at least 5 years or more.
I know there's a lot of them out in Arizona. There's a lot of guys out in Arizona, and haven't had a chance to meet them all in person, just like through Zoom or whatever, doing an interview. So.
They do some great stuff, and then they support they're not trying to operate as a label, but just kind of like where they can help, where they can push. And it was started by a group of fighter pilots who used to jam on their bass and all that stuff. So
I had is Casey Beck part of that?
I don't know Casey Beck. I don't think he is.
Okay, because I had him on, and he was telling me he recorded an album while he was doing a tour over, or like he was active duty over in like Iraq or something. And I was like, that's He's like, I think that was him, or was it somebody else? I don't remember now.
That's funny. What a place to write.
Right. It's like, oh, cool.
Yeah. I think I wrote my first song when I was stationed in Korea. It was my last tour, and I was on the DMZ, and it was like our rotation up, and snow was just starting to fall, but we had brought a guitar in our Bradley, like we kind of harnessed it up so it would be on the ceiling and not get smashed on the sides by people getting in and out. We kind of hit it behind the driver, and brought an old Kramer guitar up there to play on the DMZ. And I wrote a song. This guy had this song called something to do with rainbows and the chorus and everything, and we changed it up into this other song. But I was like, what an odd place to write your first song, like on the DMZ.
Right. Hey, but that's a unique story to kind of tell.
Yeah.
People moving forward, like especially on interviews. So oh man, that's cool. Is that a song you still play, or is that?
No, it's not. It was on my first solo record, so that goes back a ways. But an album called To This Point, and I put it on that album, but it was just kind of that was my first. That's when I fell in love and became addicted to writing and recording songs. During that phase. Once I started, it just hadn't stopped. Literally from that time, it just became a bigger and bigger part of my life and obsession.
That's fair. And how long ago was your last tour?
The last tour we
military tour.
It was more than 20 years ago.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's been a bit, but I figured out a way that I could end an extension that I had and just come home if I wasn't going to bring my family back to North Carolina. I was like, are you telling me I can get out of the Korean winter the rest of this and I can go home right now? Then I'm just sign wherever.
I'm good. Yeah.
I think I waived my medical exam even. It's like, I don't care. Just let me out.
Yeah. So you had your family over in Korea too?
No, they were back home. That was the deal. It was like, I was about 6 months into that tour, and winter was hitting and everything, and communication was just difficult from there for a lot of reasons, including the post. I mean, we couldn't keep electricity and air conditioning at that post, or plumbing half the time. So,
that sounds.
Let alone internet. I mean, whoa, that would be way too cutting edge.
Right. That's crazy. And so then after that, you came back and jumped right into music full time, or?
Yeah. Well, I met up with the first guys that are they're very pivotal in the Dallas-Fort Worth music scene. But it's the Todd and Toby Pipes from Deep Blue Something. That's the band that sings Breakfast at Tiffany's, and they had just stopped touring and started setting up a studio. And they introduced me to pretty much everybody, all the musicians in the studio, and then afterwards touring and playing. And some of my still, like Taylor is one of those guys. He was just getting out of school, but was excellent, looking for studio work, So yeah, I immediately, but like I said, as I got out, it just kept progressing, like this, this obsession that I had with it, and until finally I was just like, all right, I want to go on a tour. And I think our first tour is to Alabama, and then we had our laptops all get stolen at that show. So.
I mean, it's Alabama, so.
It's going to some good use, I'm sure.
Sure, it's.
Let's hope.
I was going to make a very inappropriate joke, but we'll leave it right there. We will leave it right there.
For the good people of Alabama?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So you said you're working on finishing up your album.
Yep.
The goal is January. Are you still recording, or are you kind of?
We recorded. We've finished recording now the songs that we're going to put on this album. It's going to be called High Horses, and a lot of the songs were, I was recording them at a time like I got myself in some legal problems. Let's just say. And it was 2024 was a very rough year.
Yeah.
So there's some songs like that where it's just like, there's just a wide range of styles of songs. Some of it's very, like I was listening to a lot of Whitey Morgan, and one of the songs, kind of came to me after listening to a lot of his, pouring through his stuff. And then other stuff is like, kind of goes back to these just big open soundscapes kind of thing, like we have a song called it's called Come Undone, and it was about going out to Paladura Canyon and just experiencing that smallness that you feel, So, and some of a lot of songs have to do with my drinking, but not like how would I call it? Both the fun times and the unfun parts about all that. So it's a mix.
Yeah. And are you sober now, or is it?
No.
No. Okay. Fair enough.
Not even right now.
Not even right now. Fair enough.
What is it? 10?
West
Coast? No.
Yeah, actually, probably is 10 West Coast. So, no, it's I gave up drinking in June, so it's just kind of like, I'm kind of out here in the woods by myself doing my thing. So
no, we've had a lot of friends in our music community that have made different choices, just big changes, which a lot of them for the best. I mean, have been very good, and nobody's looked back. And mine was mandated, let's just say, my sobriety. So.
That's fair. Yeah, because when you brought up the drinking aspect of it, I was like, oh, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
My wife would be very happy if that. Well, actually, now it's funny. It's like, well, I've learned many hard lessons.
Yeah.
And it's like I've tried both, like total abstinence. So if I could just land anywhere in the middle, but I think that's always what the fool's errand is, to believe that you can land there. But I don't know how many more times I'm going to try running those bases,
I mean, for me, I already know, like, because right now it sucks. It's like, I go out and I'm that guy that I'm always the DD or whatever. It's just like,
lucky you,
son of a bitch. Yeah. But like, I think I figured it out. My happy medium is if I just end up just drinking beer and stay away from the hard liquor, because hard liquor is what kills me. Like, and I know there's only so many beers I can drink before it's like, oh, I don't feel good anymore. So hard liquor, I'll kill a fifth, and I'll be like, all right, what's next?
I tried all the tricks. I've tried the seltzers. I've tried a lot of other things, but I always go back to tequila and then try to drink tons and tons of water. I just get heartburn too much. Can't sleep. I can't sleep on beer. It makes me very unsettled.
The best decision I ever made, though, like when I was still actively drinking, was I stopped drinking rum.
Good hangover on that one.
It was
World class.
It was bad. Whiskey, it's nice and smooth, and
yeah,
I'm good. So
yes, yeah, I like that cactus water. That keeps me from getting a hangover.
Fair. The drinking podcast.
Yeah, exactly. The drinking experts.
Right. So, what's kind of the plans moving forward? Obviously, you've got the album coming up here, or going to hopefully be out in January. Are you actively playing shows, or are you like, what do you got going on?
We're playing a lot of shows this month. One of the biggest things that I'm trying to launch this year, right for Veterans Day on the 8th, we're putting on kind of a festival or showcase for veteran songwriters. To do a showcase at Magnolia Motor Lounge for vets, and so but it's also to get vets out and let them connect with certain communities they may not be aware of. As many people have seen, like veterans don't often do well, or sometimes do the worst things when they're lone wolfing out there. So, but I think it's hard to decipher. There's a lot of people that want to help vets, and I think that's great. I think it's just sometimes hard for vets to wade through these, some organizations are better than others, let's just say. Best intentions, most of them I've ever talked to, but not all of them are as effective as others. But it's like just connecting and them getting to talk about them and share those ideas, because I felt like at least a decade of my time after I got out, I didn't talk to anybody about anything, I didn't see any other vets. I wasn't involved in the system at all anymore at that time.
That's how my grandpa was. He was in World War II, and you wouldn't have known it. Like, he didn't talk to nobody. He never went to the VA. Looking back at it, it was probably a smart choice not going to the VA, because my other grandpa went to the VA, and he got fucked up by the VA. Like, any kind of prescription pill he wanted, it was like, oh, yeah, we'll get you. And it's like,
So a lot of the guys when I was in, they were still giving out Oxycontin when we'd get injured, and that led to a massive, eventual addiction problem in the military. It was,
my grandpa got hooked on what's the crazy pills that people take? They're like, if they're hearing voices in their heads or whatever.
No,
it was
the crazy
antidepressant. It was like an antidepressant or something.
Right.
And he would take that, and then it would make him worse, because he was sad he wasn't depressed, but the doctor was just looking to get a commission or whatever it is doctors get, and I'm like, man, that sucks. So
we're calling it Rally Point Music Festival. A rally point's like an area where you designate when you're on a mission route, you kind of point it out, you go back there when things go to hell in a handbasket. So the idea is for you check, just a way to check in, share ideas about things that are working, that don't work, and it's a strange thing, but it's like people that get out of that. I hope the culture's changed more since I got out, but it's like I would think, anybody retiring from police work or from the military or anything, your brain has been rewired in a way that there's a way to rewire it another way, but it should be a normal part of your expectation to struggle in that transition if you don't kind of take those preemptive steps. And that's the part they don't coach you. I mean, I signed a piece of paper, got on a plane from Korea, and never reported. That was it. Just gone.
There's no like decompression or phase, or like, hey, you just saw some serious shit. Let's talk about that.
I mean, they might have given me a flyer that I threw away. I don't even know. And again, I think it's gotten better. It's just, just a lot of these things have ramped up and gotten better.
And I think a lot of veterans are aware of a lot of that going on right now. So there's a lot of veteran ran stuff that they're trying different things to help with, like PTSD and all that. Like, I follow a lot of the Black Rifle Coffee stuff, like a lot of the people that they have on their podcasts and the different stuff that they do. I follow some of their stuff that like the different soldiers or whatever are doing, and it's interesting. I just wish they had the more support from So
I think the state, I'm actually really proud that the state is really investigating some of the things that I know a lot of veterans are using to cope with sleeping problems and PTSD and anxiety, which is through psychedelics and THC and things like that that seem to have positive results. And I mean, like I said, the VA was doling out opium by the handful. So for them, I think these things are the least of their problems for vets, but I'm glad that the state is actually leading in that area, which is surprising to to look at it because they said, hey, we got a lot of vets in the state. I think more than 10% of the veteran population
is in Texas.
Lives in Texas.
That actually tracks, and because I know the like marijuana and all that stuff was a hot button issue.
Yeah.
At least for the last year here in Texas, and I think Abbott's finally kind of put the brakes on it, or
the last I heard was just that they were researching it. They wanted further information because a lot of businesses have been developed in that industry that they'd be wiping out.
Yeah.
And that also means they'd be wiping out taxes.
Oh yeah.
Nobody wants that.
No, not at all.
Not in Austin.
Not at all. Absolutely. So you're based in DFW, right? Or
yep, we're Fort Worth.
Okay.
So yeah, I call the band the Cowtown Dugout. They're all studio guys that have been playing with just. And I mean, they've all played with some amazing musicians and are on tour in and out. So it's also trying to align that we call it scheduling Tetris.
Fair.
Trying to work their schedules and when we can, but they're ringers from Fort Worth. They're the guys that have been on most of the records that I listen to locally. Those guys are all on it. So I'm lucky to have them to fit and make it work.
Yeah. How's the scene kind of developing out in Fort Worth? Like I see a lot of stuff popping up on Instagram, social media and stuff about different songwriting groups and different venues and all that stuff. So.
Yeah. I think it's great. And with the Stockyards growth, there's been I see a lot more songwriters in the Stockyards now than I used to see, but or in a while. But I do think there are more songwriting circles, more of a development. I mean, it's like you see like the film industry growing wildly there. Tyler Sheridan, all his projects and this 145,000 square foot.
Because he's out in Weatherford, right?
Yeah. But they're in and out of the Stockyards. That's brought tourism and interest in music, and the city does a great job of realizing the value in that culture identity. It's like barbecue and music. If you experience that in Fort Worth, you'll want to move here, and it's true.
Yeah. And I mean that's kind of why I've stayed in Texas, because it's like I moved here 6 years ago in October 2019, so literally 6 years ago, and. At first it was just kind of one of those deals where it's like, I'll give it 2 years and I'll go on to the next thing, and it'll be a little chapter in the life of Tom, Yep. And here we are 6 years later, and I'm trying to decide, okay, do I stay in Waco or do I move a little bit further south, move a little bit further north? So.
Yeah, it's funny too. You're talking about like that should be like 12 states on the East Coast. You're talking about the distance between, but here it's all one state.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's but I love Texas.
One European country.
I'm just not a huge fan of some of the small towns. Like it just those cops are aggressive.
No, they are definitely. I think once you get out of the food culture in Fort Worth or Texas in general. When you leave here, like I've never been to another place that I literally think their food is great. Honestly, not a single place. New York, any of the big. I mean, it's like yes, this is really clean and it's fancy, it's really pretty, but I'll take the average like that. I'll take that taco truck outside over this whole restaurant.
It's like the most hole in the wall places. I was watching this guy on YouTube. He came over from the UK and he landed in Dallas. And he was going to do a road trip through the Deep South. I was like, I wouldn't land in Dallas and go through the Deep South. I would have probably gone a little bit further south and, started there. But that's just me. And he lands in Waco. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I always like seeing how outsiders see Waco. It's interesting. And he stops at this barbecue spot to go eat. And I'm like, where the hell in Waco is that place? It was called Buck and Shoots or something.
Oh, I've seen that off the road, 35. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, where the hell is that place? I don't even know it. And I had to go to my buddy who's lived here his entire life. I'm like, where is this? He's like, oh, it's over off of this. That guy's an old rodeo guy, and he just retired. He kind of gave me the quick backstory. I'm like, is it good? And he's like, I mean, it's Texas barbecue. It's better than your normal barbecue. And I'm like, all right.
Even the worst, as long as it's not dried out, then they've done all right.
Yeah, I used to think Dickey's barbecue was like, when I lived out in New Mexico, I was like, oh, we're really doing something here, we're going to Dickey's. And then I moved here, we went to like just some hole in the wall for my first day, and I was like, oh, I get it now. Okay.
Yep. That's good. That's what you got to experience, and then you'll never want to leave.
Yeah, I'm afraid because I was down in Lockhart a couple weeks ago. Speaking of barbecue, and everybody's like, so which spot you gonna go to? I'm like, if I have time, I'll just kind of whatever's on the way out. And they're like,
right.
And I had different people like, oh, you got to go to Black's, you got to go to Terry Black's, you got to. They're like
yourself involved in the family business out down there.
Yeah, and they're like telling me all these different places, and I'm like, if I have time, I'll stop somewhere. And
yeah.
By the time I got done, it was like 8 o'clock, and I think I passed right back past Black's or whatever, and I'm like, that parking lot is jam packed. I don't want to deal with it right now. I'm good. So
that's the road stop.
Yep. So, have you been here the entire weekend for Jam, or?
We got here yesterday afternoon.
Gotcha.
We're just gonna wade out in the water today and hang out and listen to music. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, that water, the river looks a little still, but I'm guessing it's a little.
It's flowing ish.
Yeah, ish.
I mean, for a Texas river, it's flowing enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially we're on the. Yeah. No, I was trying to figure out what side of the dam we were on, but.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is my first. Well, I wish I was floating it, but we're not sure if everybody's committed to float long enough, out there. So we're like, maybe we just wade out there in the river. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, I mean it looks nice, so I think you'll be in a good spot. Yeah, so cool.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to keep you too much longer because I know you're dying to get into that river. So
no worries.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Great seeing you again this year.
Yeah. For social medias, where's the best place for people to find you?
You can find me at Sean. Well, I have 2 bands. Actually 3 bands. That's a weird story too. But at Cutthroat Finches on Instagram. You can also find me at Sean Russell Music on Instagram. So.
What's the third band?
The Nancys.
Okay.
It's real. A lot of cussing in that band.
Okay.
It's when I was real angry during the pandemic, wrote these songs. They're real smart-assy.
Is it like still in the kind of same genre that you do, or is it, what is it?
It is everything from like ragtime song. One of them sounds like a Billy Joel song, and it's the F word. It's F Me, basically, is the name of the song.
Sweet.
So it's a fun listen. It's satirical, and then one of the songs is called "We Are All A-Holes." It's very country, very Waylon Jennings vibe, Conway Twitty. Right. Even has the slow down talking part and talking about I'm sorry about the stupid shit I've done over the last year on social media and all this stuff, and it's just super dumb. But we had a great time. It was really, again, a lot of these guys, same group. It's just that's my outlet for anger, and this is where I write under my own name is when I write the Americana and stuff that's much more personal, love songs for my wife, all that stuff. And so
with a name like the Nancys, it sounded like a punk rock band.
I know, it's funny, like we named it like that on purpose because of that, because we in my mind it's like we're writing stuff like that a punk rock band would write about. It's very like fight the man, fight this stupid system situation. But then we put them in, like, one of the songs is called Evangelicals, and it's super, like, honky-tonk, Old West saloon style piano playing and slide trombone, almost ragtime kind of vibe.
That's cool.
So it's like I said, it's a fun mix. And then we did a cover of Megan Thee Stallion's "Hiss" because I was so pissed off one day when I found that was the #1 stream song. I was like, how many hits has this song got? She just So yeah, you should definitely check that one out.
Sweet, and it's up on Spotify as well.
It's on Spotify, yes.
Sweet.
Don't tell her though.
Okay.
Well, actually, you know what? If you do meet her, tell her if she asks, I will mail her the $1.82 that I've earned so far off streams on it.
Yeah, I think we're all right. I think she's got other pressing business to worry about. So
yeah, just imagine Billy Joel doing Megan Thee Stallion. That's what that song is.
All right.
Paints a picture.
I'm going to add it to the playlist for the car ride home, so I'm going to just do that.
Yeah, it's a good move.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I appreciate
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Great
time.
Seeing you. I hope to see you next year.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Glutton for punishment.
Yeah. I just couldn't do it this year. I couldn't do the full weekend. I was like, work has been kicking my ass. We're so short-handed right now. It's just like, I'll come out on Saturday. I'll be good. So
good.
But awesome.
I'm glad you're here.
Well, once again, thank you everybody for tuning in, and we will catch y'all later.